have some art time together. It's about time. I hope that's what you're thinking. But anyways, we're going to have a lot of fun today, and I want to start off with reading a book that I really like to you. It has to do with our project that we're going to do today, and so I just wanted to read a book to you, and hopefully you enjoy it, and then we will also get started on our art project. Today's art project is going to involve tracing our hand, so you might need a little help from an adult, and that is okay if you do. It's perfectly fine to ask help from mom or dad or grandma or whoever's around to help, but you could give it a try too. Tip for when you trace your hand, just keep your pencil close to your hand and go slow and you'll be fine. So I am excited to do this, and I hope you are too. What you will need for today's lesson is a piece of paper. You will also need a pencil, and you can use colored pencils, or you could use crayons. You could even use paint if mom and dad or grandma or grandpa, whoever's with you, if they are okay with that as well. So I hope you enjoy today's lesson. The story I will be reading to you today comes from the Jesus Storybook Bible, which is an awesome and incredible storybook Bible, and I highly recommend it. I'm going to read to you The Sun Stopped Shining. It's the story of the crucifixion from Matthew 27, Mark 15, Luke 23, and John 19. "So you're a king, are you?" the Roman soldiers jeered. "Then you'll need a crown and a robe." They gave Jesus a crown made out of thorns and put a purple robe on him and pretended to bow down to him. "Your Majesty," they said. Then they whipped him and spat on him. They didn't understand that this was the Prince of Life, the King of heaven and earth, who had come to rescue him. The soldiers made him a sign, "Our King," and nailed it to a wooden cross. They walked up a hill outside the city. Jesus carried the cross on his back. Jesus had never done anything wrong, but they were going to kill him the way criminals were killed. They nailed Jesus to the cross. "Father, forgive them," Jesus gasped. "They don't understand what they're doing." "You say you've come to rescue us," people shouted, "but you can't even rescue yourself." But they were wrong. Jesus could have rescued himself. A legion of angels would have flown to his side if he'd called. "If you were really the Son of God, you could just climb down off that cross," they said. And of course they were right. Jesus could have just climbed down. Actually, he could have just said a word and made it all stop, like when he healed that little girl and stilled the storm and fed 5,000 people, but Jesus stayed. You see, they didn't understand. It wasn't the nails that kept Jesus there. It was love. "Papa," Jesus cried, frantically searching the sky. "Papa, where are you? Don't leave me." And for the first time, and the last, when he spoke, nothing happened. Just a horrible, endless silence. God didn't answer. He turned away from his boy. Tears rolled down Jesus' face, the face of the one who would wipe away every tear from every eye. Even though it was midday, a dreadful darkness covered the face of the world. The sun could not shine. The earth trembled and quaked. The great mountains shook. Rocks split in two, until it seemed that the whole world would break, that creation itself would tear apart. The full force of storm of God's fierce anger at sin was coming down on his own Son. Instead of his people, it was the only way God could destroy sin and not destroy his children whose hearts were filled with sin. Then Jesus shouted out in a loud voice, "It is finished!" And it was. He had done it. Jesus had rescued the whole world. "Father," Jesus cried, "I give you my life." And with a great sigh, he let himself die. Strange clouds and shadows filled the sky, purple, orange, black, like a bruise. Jesus' friends gently carried Jesus. They laid Jesus in a new tomb carved out of rock. How could Jesus die? What had gone wrong? What did it mean? They didn't know anything anymore, except they did know their hearts were breaking. "That's the end of Jesus," the leader said. But just to be sure, they sent strong soldiers to guard the tomb. They hauled a huge stone in front of the door to the tomb so that no one could get in or out. Jesus' friends were sad. They would never see their best friend again. How could this happen? Wasn't Jesus the rescuer? The king God had promised? It wasn't supposed to end like this. Yes, but whoever said anything about the end? Just before sunrise on the third day, God sent an earthquake and an angel from heaven. When the guards saw the angel, they fell down with fright. The angel rolled the huge stone away, sat on top of it, and waited. At the first glimmer of dawn, Mary Magdalene and other women headed to the tomb to wash Jesus' body. The early morning sun slanted through the ancient olive trees, drops of dew glittering on leaves and grasses, little tears everywhere. The friends walked quietly along the hilly path through the olive groves until they reached the tomb, and immediately noticed something odd. It was wide open. They peered through the opening into the dark tomb, but wait! Jesus' body was gone. And something else. A shining man was there, with clothes made from lightning. "Don't be scared," the angel said. But they couldn't help it. They screamed anyway. The angel asked them, "What are you doing here? This is a tomb, and tombs are for dead people." The women couldn't speak. "Jesus isn't dead anymore," he said. "He's alive again." And their hearts leapt, and then the angel laughed with such gladness that they felt for a moment as if they had woken from a nightmare. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story, and now we're going to get started with our art. So what you will need for your art project, just in case you didn't catch it before, you will need a piece of paper and a pencil, crayons or colored pencils. Those are optional. I will be using colored pencils for my art today, but if you don't have those, don't worry about it. You can use a crayon, or you can use colored pencil, or you can use paint, or you could just draw it with a regular pencil if you don't have any of that available. So just use what you have available and we'll have lots of fun. So the first thing we want to talk about is which way our paper should be. You want to use your paper horizontally or in landscape or like it's taking a bath. Step 1. Draw an upside down U from bottom corner to bottom corner. I am going to use my green colored pencil, but you may use a regular pencil and go over it later with a colored pencil if drawing in colored pencil is something that makes you nervous. So I just go from corner to corner, making a little hill using an upside down U. Step 2. Place your hand on the page, fingers above the hill you just drew, and trace your fingers. You just want to trace your fingers. Remember, I said go nice and slow, and I'm using yellow. It's going to be hard for you to see on my camera right now, but I am using yellow to trace my hand. Step 3. Draw a long, skinny rectangle, followed by a short, wide rectangle to create each cross. So right here I'm drawing a long, skinny rectangle. You can barely see my yellow handprint up there. I will color it in later, so I promise you can see it better later. But a long, skinny rectangle followed by a short, wide rectangle, and that will make one cross. And then I go to the next one. Now the next one I wanted to draw a little bit lower than the first cross, because the first cross would have been the one that Jesus would have been on, and then there were two crosses, one on each side of him for two other men. And so I wanted to draw them a little bit shorter to show that they had less importance than the first cross. But this is your piece of artwork, so you may do what you would like with your crosses. And I'm just showing you that I'm trying to line up the two side crosses, trying to get them at similar types of places there. And if you don't even like having three crosses, you can just have one for Jesus. Like I said, this is your artwork, so you get to make choices like that. Now I want to show you how to color it, so I'm going to kick it into super high speed mode. Well, there you have it. I decided to do my background in sunset types of colors because it feels like the sun is either setting or rising. So I started with orange, and then I moved on to, after that, like a reddish color, and then I filled in with purple at the top. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be sunset, it could just be a blue sky, or you could use whatever colors you want to for your sunset, because there are no two sunsets alike. The last thing I want to show you is, if you don't have colored pencils, what it looks like to draw it in pencil. After you finish drawing it, you can fill in your crosses with pencil, and you can write maybe a special Bible verse on it, or add any special little notes on it that you would want, and it would still be just as special as if it had color. I hope you enjoyed doing this project with me, and I can't wait until we have our next art time together.